It's not a fad until a 30-year-old ruins it. This week, let's talk about voice. And even though Adam Levine was absolutely dreamy, not that voice. Let's talk about Clubhouse, podcasts, and Alexa. First up is Clubhouse. Now, if you haven't tried Clubhouse yet, it is iPhone only. It's also invite. You have to give it a code to get on, but it's voice only. The best way I can explain it is it's basically like a radio talk show series where there's moderators and you can raise your hand, call in like a radio show, and be part of the conversation as well. And then there are different rooms based by topics. A lot of topics tend to lean on professional things like marketing or real estate or finance, but then there are also rooms about sneakers and love advice, etc. And here's Dr. York's hot take on this phenomenon that is blowing up right now, super popular. Clubhouse is really a feature and not a whole entire channel by itself. And we're already seeing the first steps of this. Facebook just last week announced they're going to have a Clubhouse type feature within the Facebook app. Now, they haven't said how exactly this is going to come out, but this would be my suggestion. Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, if you're listening, put those into groups. Now, we know Facebook's a little bit more toxic, and you can see how trolls could take advantage of live, unedited voice threads. But put those inside of Facebook groups. Groups a lot of times have professional criteria and themes around them already, and allow that to be your voice entrance into this arena. Here's the prediction. Facebook's voice piece will fall into groups. But the social media app that, in my opinion, has the best opportunity to basically just hijack and take over the Clubhouse environment and features LinkedIn. Could you imagine if LinkedIn inherently had this exact same feature? I think it would do very well. And here's a bold take that those Clubhouse rock stars aren't going to like very much. But in my opinion, I'm seeing Clubhouse basically like Snapchat without the glory days. Now, even though Snapchat is definitely still dominant, they're no longer in their glory days. Instagram has knocked them off and taken away a large market share, the market share of that type of content. The second area of voice is podcasts. Now, when Joe Rogan can sign a $100 million contract with Spotify for his podcast, you better pay attention from the business end. And even though every marketing guru in the world will tell you that video is king, definitely don't sleep on audio and podcasts specifically, because you can multitask. You can't multitask with video. Podcasts, you can. And the great thing about podcasts that Joe Rogan has perfected and many others have perfected is getting away from that linear advertising model that is outdated. Think of TV commercials and radio commercials. That linear method is not the future. Podcasts are a great example of permission marketing over interruption marketing. And for example, I'm leaning into this in my online classes. Obviously, those asynchronous classes, you do the work when you want. My videos and my lectures are on video, but we've ripped out the audio and made all of those lectures podcasts. So sure, you can watch those on video, or if you want to work out and listen to that lecture at the same time, you can do that. And I just started a new weekly podcast that comes out every Monday about the future of higher education, innovation, millennials, Gen Z, how they're disrupting the higher education model. I'm doing this with my great friend and colleague, Lachey Mathis. It's coming out every week. Check it out, take a listen, and if the topic interests you, hit subscribe. And you say, okay, it's 2021. It's a little late to get into the podcasting game just now. And sure, just like right now wearing Ed Hardy t-shirts or those dad shoes or that one dangly earring, it's not a fad until a 30-year-old ruins it. And finally, a smart home voice. Think Alexa or Google Home. And I've gotten a little too addicted to it, where all my lights and fans and whatnot are all voice activated. I don't remember the last time I stood up to turn on a fan. And building your own custom Alexa app or skill is actually probably easier than you think it is. Sit down with some tutorials. It's absolutely free. And when one weekend, you could probably publish an app, something to then add to your resume. But here's the most gangster move when it comes to Amazon. If you tell Alexa to put batteries in your shopping cart, guess which one Amazon's probably going to choose to put in your shopping cart? Amazon batteries, not Energizer, not Duracell. They're going to sell you Amazon batteries. Absolutely gangster move when it comes to e-commerce. So in the comments, let me know, have you tried Clubhouse? What are your thoughts on it? What are podcasts that you're checking out right now? And is anyone else as addicted as I am with smart home stuff and addicted to their Alexa and etc.? Let me know in the comments. Last week's video was about social media updates, and Gabby has the comment of the week. Hot take on Clubhouse. It's the perfect feature for Spotify to acquire. Spotify has been investing tons into podcasting, so Clubhouse becomes a natural fit for them. Plus, it would bring a social element into Spotify that it currently lacks.
How will it end? The winner of The Voice is... Oh my God. Oh my God.
We'll see you next week.